Hi, Brendan. Thanks for meeting with me today.
No problem.
This interview is for an exercise in a course that I'm taking this semester. For the purposes of this exercise, do you consent to being interviewed and recorded?
I do, yeah. That's why I'm here.
It's pretty much, I want to know more about you, what you do, and about your experience with the natural world. So during a typical week, how often do you get to experience nature?
Most weeks I'm out at least an hour and a half every day. And then on the weekends, I can go anywhere from 2 to 4 hours out in the wilds, actually going around hiking, running, doing those kind of things.
What other activities in nature do you usually participate in?
So I run mainly. That's been my main thing for 3-4 years now. I biked for a little while before I started running.
You talk about it, how it's an activity that you do in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go, which makes you believe that?
Oh, well, around here, I usually like anything that's forested, and particularly alpine areas. I'm from Kansas, so I didn't get a lot of experience with mountains.
So when you're running out in nature, how do you feel when you're out there? And essentially, how is that experience different from not being in the natural world?
I stop hearing noises. After a while, you stop hearing any noises from streets or vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
and you become much more attuned to everything around you. So I don't wear headphones either, and I'm just listening to my breathing, my footsteps. If there's a mountain biker coming behind me that I need to move out of the way for, and it helps me connect a little bit more with my own mind. It kind of soothes my own personal anxiety.
What is nature to you?
Nature could be, a leaf on the sidewalk
Mm-hmm.
in New York.
Yeah.
So when I think of nature, I always go to wilderness, and that's my first thought.
Okay.
And that's something along the lines of you're driving to the closest place I can really find wilderness out here is in Eldo. So you go out to Eldo, and the houses start getting more sparse.
Mm-hmm.
You drive up there, you really feel like you're in the mountains, even though you're
Mhm.
still really close to everything else.
Yeah.
And you start going through those trails, and all of a sudden, nothing is maintained. You'll look to your left, you'll see a moose.
What is your favorite thing about nature as compared to time when you are in other places?
Probably the abrasiveness of what nature can bring, mixed in with the solitude. It's this place between pain and calm that offers this serenity.
What is the opposite of nature?
In New York, taxis.
Why?
I just think when I think opposite of nature, first thing I think about is a bunch of people honking their horns, maybe being a little bit frustrated, some guy selling sandwiches out of a 7-Eleven. I just think of everything that, and dance clubs. Actually, dance clubs. That is the opposite of nature.
Can you think of what nature would be like to other cultures?
So, I always think of nature as such a personal thing, but I've actually been reading a lot about old animistic cultures recently, and all of them seem, or the vast majority of them seem to go to nature in order to find powers or to commune with the spirits. It's always them going to nature.
Yeah.
Which is such a fascinating thing to me that even in that time they felt that the village or wherever they were living was just too crowded and too loud for them to really feel the spirits or whatever they were feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
Even if it's not magic like that, there's some sort of magic to being out in nature and experiencing the world on its own terms.
Well, that's all I got for you.
All right, perfect.
Thanks for meeting with me.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick.